Good morning. Hey, you guys. It's great to be here today. It really is. And world is full of surprises, isn't it? And I just want to say to, you know, all of us, hello, Emily, Christine, Dylan. Hi, honey, love you so much. Uh, to everyone that ego tells us that things should be this way or that. And, and spirit, God, universal intelligence, doesn't, have an opinion about the outside circumstances in the world. I think ego says, don't take it too seriously. And everything is unfolding as it should. And so even if we can't see, and often we can't see, even if we can't see, we actually, from the ego, we can never see. Our perspective is very, very limited. Could you close that door for me, please? Thank you. So, just know that when we can get caught up a bit in heavy opinion, and it takes us out of the moment, takes us away from the possibility of bliss. So keep with your practices, keep with your prayer and meditation, and this too shall pass. Everything passes. Everything in this plane, in the world as we know it outside of us, moves and passes. Time takes it all. Time is the great consumer, and it consumes it all. And, even these bodies, it consumes. We could go to the gym and do, everything, but let's not do it for something. Let's not just do it because we love it, and because on the outside everything gets eaten, and by time. So my message for today is to if we recognize, if we really, really, really get caught up in this shouldn't be that way, this shouldn't, just know that that's ego. And even if it seems so right, it's ego. Ego loves to fight. It loves to fight. All the wars were started by ego. And so just be the light, not the fight. I like that. Yeah, be the light, not the fight. Be here now. And the more we practice this, the more our vibration will go up. The more we are a light, and practice being present. And how do we be present? Well, we be present by prayer. I was reading in the Bhagavad Gita yesterday, and we were reading this yesterday. It was just great, chapter 8. And the chapter is called Absolute Freedom. Imagine, who's interested in absolute freedom? And freedom, he said, is the union with the deathless. The self is the essence of all things. Of all things. Its creative power. The self is the essence of all things. Its creative power, called action, causes the whole world to be. About beings, know that they die. That's us. About gods, know the Supreme Person, and know that true worship is I, myself, here in this body. So we are that worship in this body when we're present, when we're here. Whoever in his final moments thinks of me only is sure to enter my state of being once his body is dead. So how can we be present with, in the 12 steps we talk about God consciousness instead of self-consciousness, or God reliance instead of God self-reliance. So as we go through life, relying on this moment, being present enough to know, being conscious enough to be here, nothing can shake us. Nothing can be it's all for us. And when we see everything is for us, then it's a whole different ball game. It's like, oh, never against, never victim. So anyway, that's my short message for the day. Just be comfortable with what is, and see, what's there for us to serve in. How do we serve in this moment? How do we be, I had a friend call last night, and he's in, citizen of the United States, and he was really upset. He's like really upset, and he's also in recovery, and I said, wow, hold on just a second. Be the light, be the light. Know that this is your opportunity to shine, to, pray for folks, pray for calm, pray for, pray for awareness. And so, eventually he saw that, all of these years of practicing God consciousness were for this, for him, because he has really very invested and attached to results. And I saw him just shift and be able to let go of it and recognize that, he had an agenda. So let's let go of our agendas and be with what is. In the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, which, is a spiritual practice one of the spiritual practices that I follow, it says life on life's terms. And we were always in conflict with life before because we had a judgment, right? We had a judgment. We were trying to make life fit us instead of us living life or, being life. We were trying to organize the world to suit us. And we were always in conflict because of it. So breathe. Breath brings us into the moment, and just relax and recognize that everything is as it needs to be in this moment. Okay, we're going to read. I put on my readers. I finally succumbed and went out to the drugstore and got myself a pair of 125s. And we are, what are we? The fourth, aren't we? Yes, we are. We are the fourth. The fourth. May the fourth be with you. May the fourth be with you. November 1, 2, 3, 4th. Here we go. Thought for the day. This is from the 24-hour day book that we get to read on a regular basis. It's part of a, of growing in consciousness. I can do things that I never did before. In his reference, of course, this is a book related to very early days of AA. Liquor took away my initiative and my ambition. So whether that's liquor or drugs or whatever your addiction might be, that is what happens. I couldn't get up the steam to start anything. It's like I let things slide. When I was drunk, I was too inert to even tie a shoelace. Now I can sit down and do something. I can write letters that need to be written. I can make telephone calls that should be made. I can work in my garden. Oh gosh. I can pursue my hobbies. I have the urge to create something. My creative urge that was completely stifled by alcohol or drugs or whatever our addiction was. I am free to achieve again. Have I recovered my initiative? Beautiful. The meditation for today, in thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand are pleasures forever. We cannot find true happiness by looking for it. Isn't that it, eh? Isn't that it? We cannot find true happiness by looking for it. Because ego tells us, ego says that it knows what will make us happy, and ego doesn't know. If we have this, we'll be happy. If we have that, we'll be happy. You know? And ego just does not know. No. Excuse me, you guys. I noticed that I didn't plug my phone in overnight, or my watch. So there we go. So yeah, ego just is grasping at things. Well, this will work, that'll work, right? Hey, Jason, nice to see you, buddy. We're wondering if you have any hedge clippers. Hey, awesome. Okay, so meditation for the day. And try that again. This is on the 24-hour day book. We read it every day here. In thy presence is fullness of joy. So when he's basically saying in thy presence, which is in now, in the now. Thanks, Jason. Is fullness of joy. At thy right hand are pleasures forever. We cannot find true happiness by looking for it. Seeking pleasure does not bring happiness in the long run, only delusionment. See? We do not seek to have this fullness of joy by seeking pleasure. It cannot be done that way. Happiness is a byproduct of living the right kind of a life, which is in the now, in accepting what is, being with what is. True happiness comes as a result of living in all respects the way you believe God wants you to live with regard to yourself and to others. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, when I'm, in my ego trying to get something, and this path that the 12 steps gives me is a path of really always looking for what can I give, how can I serve. And, so the job, the new way of life is not what's in it for me, but how can I serve thee? And that's it. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may not always seek pleasure as a goal. I pray that I may be content with the happiness that comes when I do the right thing. Yeah. And not being attached to the results, just, really relaxing into life in each moment. And through constant connection, constant being here now in this moment, we feel that joy. We do. Okay, you guys. So we're going to meditate for about 10 minutes, and that's kind of what we do here. Is a little chat, a little bit of a reading, and a little meditation. And so we started to do the meditation a little while ago because there were so many people that so just put our feet right flat on the floor. There were so many people that would say to me often, I can't tell you how many hundreds of times people say, well, I really don't know how to meditate. And so this is a little bit of that, a little bit of the how-to. And as we're learning in the how-to, we're actually going to practice it. So get yourself comfortable. Find a spot where you're sitting up kind of straight, so you're not slouched in your chair. Your back is straight, and your back is straight and supported. Your feet are flat on the floor. If you're sitting up, if you're sitting on the floor, that's okay. So just about 10 minutes, and for some people 10 minutes is a long time, right? Some people 10 minutes is a long time. So we're just gonna drop in here. Just close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. It's always to use your nose for the breath as opposed to the mouth. Let the breath bring us into this moment, bring us into presence. Because when we're focused on, when we're conscious of, when we're aware of our breath, we're here, we're in this now. because the breath is now. So breathe in through the nose, and at the top of the breath, stop for a second. The bottom of the breath, stop for a second. So be with the breath, breathe consciously. Can you breathe consciously? Yes. That way, you're not sliding into sleep. Sleep can come. Often sleep comes because the body is resisting actually this meditation. Ego doesn't want you to find this spot, this oneness place where you're conscious of yourself, conscious of your body. Be conscious of your body for a minute. Just kind of scan it. Recognize that you are not it. You are not it. You were here before the body. You will be here after the body. You came into the body, and you will leave the body. The body doesn't leave you. You leave the body. Just a very basic thing to know that we're not our body. So in our meditation, we focus on our breath. We focus on being here in our body consciously. Now watch. We're always watching. Consciousness is about being present. So we're conscious in the moment of our body, and then we become conscious of our thoughts. Conscious of our thoughts. So the next beautiful thing to realize is that we're not our thoughts. And until we know that we're not our thoughts, they're always going to give us trouble. Because they're like a spoiled teenager stomping around the house. Our thoughts. Wanting it their way. Telling us what's right or wrong, good or bad. Thoughts are always making big plans. And we engage and get attached. And thoughts take us out of the moment. Where the true potential is found is in the moment. And this is the purpose of this meditation, is to bring us into the moment. So again, feeling our breath, becoming conscious of our body, aware of our thoughts, knowing that we are not our thoughts, we're not our body. Body's a vehicle. Some of us have been plagued with fear, anxiety, stress. It's all in the thinking. So when we become aware that we're not our thoughts, we can pay less attention to it. And then the stress starts to melt away. You can feel it even right now, just leaving your body. The tension just leaves your body. The fear just disappears because we don't attach to it. Just practice being here now, in this moment. In this moment is where all love is. In this moment is where all universal intelligence is. Our full potential can be met in this moment. So just be here now. If thoughts come in, just let them go. Just don't pick them up. Just surrender. Come back to the breath. Okay. We're just going to sit quietly now for a few minutes. Be in this beautiful, peaceful stillness. This oneness space. Everything is left outdoors. Just come back to your breath. Thank you. Just remember that I think it was Socrates or Plato or somebody said, know thyself. Know thyself. And I think we misinterpreted often and thought that we had to understand the workings of the mind. And know that just becoming aware of the mind, and in some way how it affects our being, how it affects our life, and then striving to become present in meditation, to surrender the mind, the crazy thinking, is is enough. You don't have to spend a lot of time messing around in the mechanics of the mind to surrender them. Meditation, baby. Prayer, acts of service, bring us into the moment. Freedom. Freedom is the goal. And I see my job is to help you break out of the prison of our own making. Okay, made up by the mind. All right, love you guys. Have a super, super day. Just comes to remind you that I put this on YouTube. I'd love it if you go and follow us on YouTube. Cheers. Love you lots. Have a great day. Bye.